Okay, you ready? It's not that hard. I have a big old note for you with all the steps. It's a lot of words, but man, it's just not that hard. The word algorithm means here are the steps that we do something. So I find multiplication with an algorithm is the most efficient way to multiply. This is the old style method that your parents are used to. Like probably when you were multiplying with an area model, they were like, what the what? That's okay. They probably said, let me show you how. When your parents show you how to do something, you don't say, that's not how Mrs. Downs does it. You say, thank you. Thank you for showing me. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do this, but you're going to need to practice, especially those of you that struggle. If you do not know your times tables like that, you're going to need a times table chart in your MyMath book. Use it, because right now I want you to get the steps of the algorithm. The time for times table learning is past. You should know that. If you don't, you're going to have to use a times table chart. So here's the question we're going to be doing. 248 times 37. What? It's not that hard. First step, quick and dirty ballpark estimate. I'm going to use compatible numbers. I'm going to say 200 times 40. Gives me a ballpark. 200 times 40, which gives me 8,000. I know my answer is going to be in the thousands. This little step will save your life a lot of times. Okay. Next thing we do, we start with the ones. Oh, a little side note about how to set up your question. Traditionally, we put the larger factor on the top and the smaller factor on the bottom. I don't know why. It just seems the easiest way. So you set up your question if it's not set up for you. If you're given the question horizontally, forget it. Rewrite it vertically like this with the larger factor on the top and the smaller one on the bottom. Then we start with the ones. In 37, the digit 7 is in the ones place. We start with the ones. And we work from the right to the left. We multiplied all the top digits by the ones. So the first question we do is 7 times 8. Okay? So it's 56. So you put your 6 down here. Now a lot of people have been taught to write the 5 here as a carry forward. Usually that drives me nuts. With all my little number, I would get all confused. So I started carrying my carry forwards in my hand. So I would carry 5 in my hand. And you'll see me at my desk, if I'm working away multiplying, you'll see me with like hand up, numbers up. I'm multiplying. I know it looks weird, but if you have trouble with carry forwards, I would suggest you try holding them in your hand. And you don't put your hand down until you've added in the carry forwards. That's the trick. So we go to the next one. 7 times 4, 28 plus 5, 28, 29, 30, 33. Carry your 3. 7 times 2, 14, 15, 16, 17. And you see, it also has the dual purpose of when you're holding up your fingers, you can use them to count on. Shh, I didn't say that. Okay. So this is the partial product of 7 times 248. Now, if you wanted to, you could even split up this smaller factor and do 248 times 7 and 248 times 30. Get your two partial products and add them together. That's what we're doing. Cool. Okay. So next thing we do is we're going to be multiplying the tens. Now, because we're multiplying the tens, our partial product, has to begin in the tens place. So in order to remind us to do that, we put a placeholder of 0 in the ones. Because even though we're going to do 3 times 8, it really isn't 3 times 8, it's really 30 times 8. Okay? So 3 times 8, 24, put your 4, carry your 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So now we have our two partial products. We're going to add them together for our full product. And there we have it. Now, next thing, we check. Are we in the ballpark? Yeah, we are. We're good. Here's what happens when the number one fifth grader mistake, and from time to time, Mrs. Downs' mistake, is that we forget to put that 0 in. So if we forget to put the 0 in, here's what it looks like, okay? So now we go to add, and we add our 6 and 4 is 10, 8, 40, and we get our product. Now, if we've done our ballpark estimate, what the what? That's not even close. Now, if this happens to you and your product is not even in the ballpark of your estimate, first thing to check, did I put my 0? And that will help you so much if you tend to forget the 0 placeholder. The ballpark estimate is your friend. Now, let's talk about